Hi, and welcome to The Click. Today we're going to be discussing formulas and how to rearrange them to solve problems. Let's go. So before we begin, what is a formula? A formula is the use of symbols to represent a relationship between different items or quantities. Let's take, for example, A plus B is equal to C. So in this formula, we're taking C as the subject of the equation, with the formula being in terms of A and B. Those are the two different parts of the formula, the subject, C, and the terms here, A and B. So, a majority of subjects, such as physics and computer science, use formulae as a way to find answers to problems. So, you may be learning this formula later on if you're studying physics, but the formula F is equal to ma is a very common one. In this formula, you're trying to find the force of an object that has mass and a certain acceleration. In this formula, F is the force and the subject of this equation, with mass and acceleration, m and a respectively, being the terms. When we're solving a formula, rearranging it to get different subjects may be necessary at times. This may be because you may have one term of the formula and you may have the subject of the formula as well, but you may not have a different term of the formula. Take, for example, A plus B is equal to C again. If you were to have this subject's value, it could be anything, and you were also to have this term's value, it could be any number, but you wouldn't have this term's value instead. In this formula, it would become B, and you don't know what that value is, then you would need to rearrange this whole equation to be in terms of B instead. Or you need to arrange it so that B is the subject. So with that, how do we rearrange a formula? When rearranging a formula, we need to treat them like equations where the subject needs to be kept alone, so you may actually see a lot of similarities to how we treat and solve equations. Let's take the questions for example. A plus B is equal to C first, where we want to make B the subject. In this equation, A plus B is equal to C. Right now, C is the subject while we want B to be the subject. However, since A is on this side of the equation, we need to cancel that out and bring A to the other side. To do that, since A is a positive constant in this case, or a positive variable, we need to subtract A from the entire equation. That will give A minus A plus B is equal to C minus A. This cancels out, and then you will get B is equal to C minus A. This is the final answer. As per AB is equal to C for A, where we want to make A the subject, AB is equal to C has the subject of C in this equation with the terms A and B. Since we want to make A the subject and B is in the way, and we need to cancel out B because of that, what we can do is that since B is being multiplied with A, we can divide the whole equation by B. This will give AB divided by B is equal to C divided by B. These two B's will cancel out, giving the final solution of A is equal to C by B. And with that, we're done. Here are the sources.